Hey, I'm Pete from PMG Auto Care. Welcome to the channel. Today's video is going to be answering a question that we often get asked in our inquiries, which is, how much is a ceramic coating? And that's not really the right question to ask. I'm going to use this RS6 to explain what exactly is involved, what you should be looking for, and why it costs what it costs. The Audi RS6, probably the best all-round performance car that money can buy, and well, isn't it easy to see why they're many people's dream car. Gorgeous looks mixed in with the practicality of the state, that luxurious interior that you can soak up the miles in, and then you've got all that performance and a great soundtrack, and this one sounds even better thanks to a Miltech exhaust. But what's it here for? Well, if the video didn't give it away, it's here for ceramic protection. Now, it is a very popular option and consumers can be somewhat confused and misguided to what exactly that is, what it should cost, etc, etc. And I'm hoping this video is going to help you decide today what you should be paying for a ceramic coating, why they cost what they cost, and why you shouldn't be paying for one at the low end of the scale, because it's just not going to deliver the result that you are after. Now, one of the most common inquiries that we get is, how much for a ceramic coating? And well, there's a lot more information that's required that goes into building that price for us as a client. And the sad thing to say is, if that's how the conversation starts, 9 times out of 10, I know we're not going to get that booking. And it's simply because that person has messaged as many different people as they can, and the number that comes back is the thing that's a deciding factor. The truth is though, that should be the last thing that you're thinking about. I understand everyone has a budget, that is totally acceptable. But the truth is, if you can't afford to spend the money on the proper prep and a proper coating, you're probably just wasting your own money, and you better invest in that money in a decent standard of paint correction and just putting a sealant on the car and maintaining it from there. The prep is absolutely everything when it comes to this service, as well as the actual level of product itself. There are so many products out there now that have the word ceramic put into them, from quick detailers to shampoos, you name it. And well, the truth is, a proper ceramic coating is a very technical product, and it takes professional know-how to guarantee that you're going to get the actual end result that you require. They need to be put on in specialised conditions, they need experience to be used, and hopefully this video will help you explain that. Well, if you're getting a quote of 300-400 quid for a ceramic coating, you're not going to get the sort of job and finish that you're used to seeing on this channel. It takes time, it takes experience. Unfortunately, with detailing, the barrier to entry to become a detailer, to open a detailing business, is pretty low. Some of the machinery is pretty cheap and inexpensive to buy, and it's pretty easy to knock up a Facebook page or an Instagram page and start promoting yourself from there. I'm not knocking those guys that do it. I was once one of those many years ago myself. But the truth is, whenever you're dealing with high-end products like this, they do need know-how, and you're not getting the same result. And honestly, you're just wasting your money if you aren't getting it done properly and professionally. So onto this car now. It has been wrapped for the vast majority of its life. The current owner decided he'd had enough of the wrap, he's taken it off, and now it's time to protect that gorgeous sea pine blue paint. So what we're going to do, decontamination wash here first of all, then on to paint correction, and then on to the protection. Now I'm hoping, given the fact it's been wrapped for such a long time, it shouldn't really have that much in the way of contamination on the car, and hopefully also not that much in the way of paint defects. But we never know until we see it inside and we get to inspect it under our lights after it's washed. So let's get cracking with that, and then we'll hopefully have a pretty straightforward correction process. After that inspection, well, there's a little bit more work to do than I initially would have guesstimated. So it's no biggie though. Audis of this generation have lovely paint to work with, and I quite enjoy doing them. It's going to be a straightforward process, but it is going to be a time-consuming one. And that time-consuming element of it is a big factor in what adds to the price of getting a coating done. In total, will probably be about 14 hours start to finish with the correction processes in this car. And another thing to factor in, the polishes in themselves are not cheap, and neither are the pads. We use new pads on every vehicle that we do because we want to give you the best possible finish and in the most effective time frame. Just because it's taken us that amount of time doesn't mean that we couldn't do it quicker and that we're dragging it out just to inflate the bill. That's not true. What we're doing is ensuring we get the most perfect finish we possibly can. So we're going to be getting stuck into this with the tried and tested microfiber pads, and Maguire's 105 and D300 mixed together makes for a fantastic combination that's tried and tested on these paint finishes. So let's get stuck into that, and you're going to see this gorgeous colour really come to life. Doesn't that look incredible after the heavy correction stages? Now the truth is, you probably could leave it here at this point if the only goal is removing paint defects, but with paint correction, that isn't the only goal. We're also looking to optimize the clarity of the paint, and that is the secret to giving it that jaw-dropping finish, that really deep wet gloss. So there's a few extra hours involved at this stage now to do a refining process, or really it's a dualing process because we aren't dealing with any machine-induced defects. All that we're doing here is focusing on that finish. So let's see how we do it. Soft pads, really soft combination of polishes, and just really spend the time breaking it down. It's worth the extra investment in what is just a few hours extra work that will make such a drastic difference to the overall finish of the vehicle. Let's get stuck into that, and then we can move on to the ceramics. wasn't that refining process really worth spending that extra time on? Car is at another level of depth and finish and clarity to it that is the reason why we don't compromise on that stage, really. Yes, the paint looked great, but it can look better, so why not make it look better? That's exactly what we've done. So now we move on to the next stage, well, really the final stages of the car, and probably some of my favourite bits, which is getting the car dusted down and then doing all those little fine details that add up to being a detail, and then laying down that all-important protection. With this car, we're going to be coating the body, we're going to be coating the wheels, and we're going to be coating the glass. And well, this is an important bit when it comes to how much should a ceramic coating cost. Those things are all options, but also the products themselves weigh in heavily to do with the pricing. And let me explain. This is where things can get confusing for a consumer, because there is such a vast spectrum of ceramic products out there now. It's become a buzzword and it's popular, and you'll even see quick detailers and things like that using the term ceramic in them. We've even seen people selling that as a ceramic package. And to be honest, it's not that those people are trying to manipulate the customer or whatever. Quite often they're just uninformed as to what it is. But if you want a ceramic coating on your car, you have to invest in it like anything else. What we're going to be putting on this, G-Technique Crystal Serum Ultra. This is, in my opinion, the very, very best ceramic coating on the market. It scores well all around in terms of its gloss, its hardness, its water behaviour, durability. It's a fantastic product. That's another thing that people get hung up on, which is the durability of the products. This is a 9-year product, but we try and not get customers to think about that. The truth is, the products are as good as the maintenance. We'll explain that towards the end of the video to see if a ceramic coating really is for you or not, but they do require maintenance, and well, a 9-year coating isn't overkill, because that is the small benefit that is usually the first thing people hear, where they go, oh, I'll not have a car for 9 years. It's not really about that. The finish, the hardness, the durability, that's where it's at. And that's why these accredited-only professional installation coatings are a step above, and they're worth putting the investment into. And well, that investment comes at a price. Somebody that's quoting you £300-400 quid to do a paint correction ceramic coating in your car, as we said earlier in the video, they're either cutting time or cutting corners or cutting costs. That's what this is really, where we don't do these things. And this, you're looking at us as a cost to us, a couple of £100 for us to put this onto your vehicle. So there's no scrimping here, there's no cutting corners. We invest in proper products that do exactly what you want a coating to do. The very reason that you want a ceramic coating on your car means that you have to basically pay to play and get decent quality products that are going to deliver the results that you're after. So let's get stuck in, get this car finished up. I can't wait to show you guys it finished.
Sometimes I wonder why you keep talking like you don't give a fuck about me.
The RS6 is all wrapped up, so there's just one thing left to do. Let's show you guys it finished. Doesn't that look incredible? The gloss is insane, as is the clarity and the flake pop. It really looks great. I'm so happy with how it turned out, and I can't wait to get the owner's reaction. Furthermore to that, he's a bit of a coating skeptic. This is his first time getting a car coated, so I'll be looking forward to hearing some feedback a few months down the line to see how coated cars fit in with his lifestyle. Now, I know I've maybe clickbaited you a little bit by not really answering how much is ceramic coating. Well, the truth is I can't answer that exactly, and the point of this video was really more to get you to think about, as a consumer, what you should be paying for it and what goes into the prices and why they are what they are. Now, let's talk about the few last remaining things that all add up to what does a ceramic coating cost. The car itself, that plays a huge part in it. In terms of size, its condition, and even down to the colour, and that can play a varying role as well. I could do, for example, a Range Rover, which I find quite straightforward. The painting them is quite straightforward to deal with, versus something else, maybe something small like a flat black Mini, for example, where that could be honestly more work than doing a Range Rover. So all these things I'm trying to say need to be taken into consideration. At the end of the day, what you're paying for is the detailer's time. So it doesn't really matter what the car is, but more how we build the picture of this is how much work this vehicle is going to need. There's a few things, as I say, age, condition, colour, mileage, the vehicle itself, all go into the formula of us knowing, right, it's going to take X amount of hours to get the car to where it needs to be, and then that'll also dictate of, well, I could use a 30mm kit of coating in this, I might use a 50mm kit of coating, and all of that varies into the price. Then the second thing, the cost of business, right? Building, yeah, to have a studio, a commercial studio is essential. I know there are some people that do mobile detail. In my professional opinion, it doesn't compare to having a proper setup where we can control the environment. Much like you wouldn't have somebody out to your house to spray paint the car, or you wouldn't bring a mechanic out to the driveway to do a service. Well, detailing is no different, in my opinion. I think for us to give the best possible service, we need a professional environment that is geared up to deliver that service. Lighting, humidity, temperature, all things that we have to control to deliver the best, most effective result to the customer. And also, whenever we're fixed in a steady environment, it allows us to develop routines that we can increase our efficiency. And well, the more efficient we are, the better we can do at costing things out at a more reasonable price. We're not going to spend any longer in your car than is necessary to keep the price exactly what it needs to be as a consumer. So yeah, rent plays a huge, or mortgage or whatever, it plays a huge part of it. And then the other thing, insurance. We don't want to scrimp on that. As you can see, we work in expensive cars all the time with a pair of RS3s behind us. I want to make sure that those are insured properly. So should the worst happen, hopefully it never does, but there's no worry for the client. Everything will be covered. And that is a huge, huge cost. Then you take in the price of electricity and all of our consumables. There is a huge amount of products that go into every single vehicle. They all build up to a picture of what it is that comes into the final costing. So if you're getting quotes that are sub £500 for an entry level coating, you have to ask yourself, what is the compromise here? Why is it so cheap? And equally, it doesn't have to be thousands to get it done. We try and cater for a fairly reasonable range of budgets. So it's always worth asking the detailer what level you're going to, what you want to spend, etc., etc. Now, the last big thing is the ceramic coating for you. It's a buzzword at the minute. It's popular with people. And while that's great for business, and obviously a lot more people are demanding that product now, it doesn't mean that it's the right fit for you as a consumer. If you're the type of person that takes your car to get it washed at, hand car washes, roadside car washes, it's a waste of your money. You shouldn't get the car coated. You should probably invest in maybe like a minor correction once a year just to keep those paint defects at bay for as long as possible. The care really comes down to home washing, and how you care for it is going to give you the experience that you're after. Most people, if they've been disappointed with the ceramic coating, it has been actually on them where they haven't maybe kept the maintenance up the way they should. And well, that maintenance should be simple, but it is wash-based maintenance based at home. It is a routine to follow, and well, it's something that if you skimp it, you can damage your coating. They're not impervious to things. So it's worth doing your homework and talking to your detailer about how you use your car, how you maintain your car to see if the coating is the right fit for you. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions after this video. Please feel free to comment them. I am more than happy to answer anything that we haven't covered here with this. Even if it's something you'd like to ask us privately, feel free to reach out in the socials as well. We're always happy to answer questions and hear feedback, good and bad. Thanks again. That's another video wrapped up. The next one is hopefully going to be a little Project E30 that we've had away doing a few things with, and we're hopefully getting it back from the body shop at the beginning of the week, and then we can tackle the detailing end of things now. So for now, thanks for watching, and we'll chat soon.